Good evening. This is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from my YouTube channel as I continue on my part series. The week that was college football history review, the 1962 college football season. Now I'm in the month of November, so this is week 7 of the games that were played on November 3rd, 1962. So we're going to start with Notre Dame in Philadelphia beat Navy 20-12. Sophomore quarterback Roger Staubach had a big game in previous week's 32-9 win versus Pitt, but was powerless to halt quarterback Darryl Monica's leadership in Notre Dame upset of Navy. But Monica scored twice, passed for another, held to just 3 yards in the first half. The Middies surged to a 12-7 lead on Staubach's short touchdown run on first play of the fourth quarter. But onside kickoff failed, and LaMonica hit leaping halfback Denny Phillips at goal line for a 45-yard touchdown pass, and Irish led 13-12. Halfback Don Hogan's 27-yard run and halfback Frank Butker's 20-yard catch set stage for LaMonica's late clinching touchdown. Next, Georgia Tech beat Duke by a score of 20-9. Florida upset number 10 Auburn 22-3. Strong-jawed Florida defensive bent, but didn't break. Strong-jawed Florida defense bent, but didn't break as tackle Frank Lasky, fullback linebacker Tommy Kelly, and quarterback defensive back Larry Liberatore made vital plays. Gators forced 3 fumble recoveries, 2 interceptions. Sophomore fullback Larry Dupree ran for 69 yards on 13 carries, and halfback Sam Mack made key runs on 67-yard Gators march in the first quarter. So, halfback Bruce Starling recovered in his own fumble for a touchdown, and 7-0 Florida lead at the end of the 7-yard run by Mack. Ineffective on ground with 42-yard total, Auburn went to air in second quarter, but big stops like last defender Liberatore's tackle on halfback George Rose at Gator 29-yard line forced tackles kicker Woody Woodall into 3 field goal tries, of which he made last boot of 30 yards. The Gators recovered 2 fumbles in Auburn territory that led to third quarter touchdowns with big plays coming on quarterback Tom Shannon's 29-yard stage-setting pass to end Russ Brown and Dupree's 39-yard touchdown blast through right tackle. A battle of 2 top 10 teams. Number 6 Mississippi beat number 4 Louisiana State by a score of 15-7. Number 6 Mississippi beat number 4 Louisiana State by a score of 15-7 after 5 straight years of frustration against LSU. Ole Miss game win at Tiger Stadium in soft night rain. Mississippi had arrived at Baton Rouge each of the last 4 years, starting in 1958 with undefeated record, only to have Bayou Bengals snatch away victory or tie. Rebels quarterback Glenn Griffin, discouraged by early interceptions, guided 61-yard touchdown trip in final 2 minutes of the first half. Pitching last 10 yards to halfback A.J. Holloway for touchdown. Still leading 7-6 on halfback Jerry Stovall's first quarter touchdown, LSU permitted Ole Miss to drive 65 yards to Griffin's go-ahead touchdown pass to halfback Lewis Gott. Griffin finished with 15 of 25 for 142 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions passing. Next, Houston shut out Florida State by a score of 7-0. Blanked in its last 3 homecoming efforts, Florida State tried to use nation's 6th rated passing attack to crush Cougars, but mounting rainstorm helped running game with which Houston controlled possession and scoreless first half. Houston fashioned biggest first half threat, which was snuffed at Seminoles' 19-yard line when linebacker Butch Gunter recovered fumble of Cougars fullback Rocky Hernandez. On its opening series in third quarter, FSU moved across midfield on quarterback Eddie Feely's pass to end Jim Causey, but failed to advance inside Houston 4-yard line. Cougars took over on their own 41-yard line after punt in fourth quarter. Halfback Bobby Brenzina ran for a 17 yards and 16 yards on the track plays to set up his own 1-yard touchdown slant before 36 to play. Seminoles got 2 more possessions, but quarterback Steve Tinsey could connect only once as time ran out. Next, Illinois beat Purdue by a score of 14-10. Northwestern beat Indiana. Northwestern, the number 1 team in the country, beat Indiana 26-21. Northwestern coach Eric Pasegan claimed Indiana's losers of 17 straight Big Ten games was just as tough as Ohio State. Indeed, Hoosiers had number 1 Wildcats wobbling on brink of defeat as Indiana scored in opening 3 minutes on quarterback Woody Moore's sneak after shank Northwestern punt put Indiana at 18-yard line but trailed 14-7 when Wildcats quarterback Tommy Myers pitched his second touchdown pass, 38-yard reception by halfback Willie Stinson. As Cats pressured again, Indiana and Rudy Kuchenberg knocked down Myers for 5-yard loss on the fourth down. Then caught 13-yard pass to make way for halfback Nate Ramsey's 29-yard reverse touchdown run that tied it at 14-14 at halftime. But Western was frustrated at Hughes' 1-yard line by guard Don Kravchuk's fourth down tackle just before halftime, but took 20-14 lead. In the second half kickoff, Moore threw 48-yard touchdown pass to halfback Marv Woodson for 21-20 third quarter lead. Indiana quarterback punter Phil Westfall made only 22-yard punt to own 44-yard line in fourth quarter, and Northwestern soon was rolling to fullback Bill Swingles, winning 5-yard touchdown run off of guard Burt Pecker's block. Next, Iowa defeated Ohio State by a score of 28-14. Missouri defeated Nebraska by a score of 16-7. Missouri beat Nebraska 16-7. Lost fumble by Nebraska quarterback Dennis Claridge, recovered by Missouri defensive back Darryl Krugman, allowed speedster halfback Johnny Rowland to race along the sideline for 46-yard touchdown in first quarter, holding Huskers to 148 yards. Offense Tigers let down, only logging off for Nebraska fullback defensive back Noel Martin to sprint 88 yards with interception for tying touchdown second quarter. Kicker Bill Lestridge, but put Missouri ahead with 45-yard field goal in third quarter. Fullback Paul Underhill snared punt fumble at Huskers' 26-yard line to set up a feisty quarterback Jim Johnson's clinching touchdown run early in the fourth quarter. Next, Oklahoma defeated Colorado by a score of 62-0. Only shy of its 1961 Big 8 championship form, Colorado had dismissed several players in preseason and encouraged coach Sonny Grandula's resignation in wake of NCAA investigation. Into mess was thrown ill-prepared Minister Bud Davis to take over as coach. Oklahoma piled up 415 yards and 35-0 in that first half, including 4-yard long touchdowns. Quarterback Monte Deers passes of 32, 83, and 41 yards, and fullback Paul Lee's 39-yard run. Halfback Joe Don Dooney sparked second half Schooner Sturge with 84-yard touchdown run. The Spirit Buffaloes saw their only threat die with fumble at 2-yard line with 74-yard drive. Next, Texas Christian beat Baylor by a score of 28-26. Brigham Young beat New Mexico by a score of 27-0. And finally, Southern California in about two top 10 teams. Brigham Young beat New Mexico 27-0. Now in the battle of two top 10 teams, number 3, Southern California shut out number 9, Washington 14-0. Maturing juggernaut USC handed first loss to Washington. Occasional starting quarterback Pete Beathard accounted for both Trojan scores, hitting in Hal Betso with 12-yard touchdown on drive after opening kickoff and scurrying 5 yards for the second quarter touchdown on fourth down fake and spin. So the Huskies penetrate to Trojan's 17, 18, 19-yard lines thanks to sizable ground game led by halfback Charlie Mitchell at 91 yards on 12 carries. Fine defensive work by tackle Gary Kimmer and linebacker Damon Bain of USC halted each Husky threat. So that concludes a look at the week that was, week 7. The games that were played on November 3rd, 1962. Let's get the AP poll as of November 5th. Number 1 was Northwestern. Number 2, Southern California. Number 3, Alabama. Number 4 was Mississippi. Number 5, Texas. Next was Arkansas. 6, 7, Missouri. Number 8, Wisconsin. Number 9, Louisiana State. And number 10, Minnesota. That concludes a look at the games the week that was for November 3rd, 1962. Week 7, November 3rd, 1962. The week that was College Football History Review, the 1962 college football season. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Comment, like, subscribe. Until then, talk to you tomorrow.